Hello friends, today we will do the chapter The Sweet Sound of Success. Let's clap for Ali, Mrs. Rajan said, for telling us such a lovely story. The class erupted into applause. Ali stood beside the teacher smiling proudly. As Ali walked back to his seat, people reached out to shake his hand or grin at him. Only Rishi sat bent over his notebook, his pencil moving across the page. What a lot of fuss for nothing, he thought scornfully. His pencil raced across the paper and a picture took shape there. Ali was there wearing a clown's cap and sporting a silly smile. Mrs. Rajan was easily identified by her large smile and her short hair sticking to her chin. Rishi grinned at the picture. Mrs. Rajan's voice washed over him, but Rishi was engrossed in the world of his own creation. He finished the picture he had been drawing and moved on to the next one. Dimly, he realized that Mrs. Rajan was discussing the school day and asking for suggestions about what Class 6C could do for this special day. Ali would be sure to do some story writing or storytelling, Rishi thought, while his busy fingers shaded the new picture. This one featured Rishi himself dressed in a superhero's costume, rescuing a room filled with screaming children. It was as Rishi was writing 6C over the door in the picture that he became aware of a sudden hush. He looked up and there was Mrs. Rajan. "May I see your notebook, Rishi?" Mrs. Rajan said pleasantly, but Rishi heard the order in those words and handed the notebook over. There was a little silence and then Mrs. Rajan said, "Please meet me after the class, Rishi." And that was it. Mrs. Rajan went back to the front of the class and continued the discussion about the play and dances they were going to put up for the school day. But Rishi knew this was only the beginning, and it was with a heavy heart that he waited in the classroom while everyone else grabbed their bags and raced away. Rishi knew what was coming. Mrs. Rajan would scold him for drawing in class. She would talk about how badly he did in his tests and exam. She would threaten to call his parents to have a talk with them. And somewhere along the way, she would remember that Ria was his sister. The next 10 minutes, Rishi was sure, would be spent in telling him how wonderful Ria was. What a good and sincere student. As if Rishi didn't know any of these things. "Rishi," Mrs. Rajan said, "my classes are not really that boring, so I guess you have some other reason for drawing. When you should be listening." And before the surprised Rishi could say anything, she went on, "After seeing your drawing, I can understand that you love drawing. So this once I am prepared to excuse you." But she stared sternly at him. only if you promise to never draw in class and if you promise to get the scenery for a play for the school day. Rishi stared at her, lost for words. Then he nodded dumbly before saying, "Yes, ma'am." Rishi did not break his word to Mrs. Rajan. Why would he when he was being asked to draw? Mrs. Rajan loved his drawing of a superhero rescuing the children of Class 6th C. And the best writers in the class were roped in to write a play based on the picture. Once that was ready, Rishi began designing the set for the play. "Oh, Rishi, is this shade of blue all right?" Neelu called. Rishi was painting the classroom door in the scenery, but he ran to help Neelu. "Perfect!" he smiled. "Rishi," Nasifa wailed, "can you help me paint this?" Rishi showed her how to paint the faces of the children crowding the door of the classroom. Right at the back of the crowd, he painted Mrs. Rajan. The face was tiny, but the wide smile and the short hair made it easy to identify the teacher. He forgot all about it till the day everything was ready and Mrs. Rajan was invited to inspect it. Then, watching the teacher look at everything carefully, Rishi felt his heart begin to thump. What if Mrs. Rajan didn't like what he had done? What if she thought it was silly? What if she caught sight of her own face and was annoyed with him? With a thumping heart and a sick feeling in his stomach, Rishi waited for the teacher to finish her inspection. Then she turned to him and said, "Rishi, this is wonderful. It's so realistic and yet so full of fun. I am proud of you." She began to clap and one by one everyone joined until the room echoed with the sounds of their appreciation. Looking at the smiles in the room, Rishi knew that his talent was truly being appreciated. This was how the audience would clap on the school day. This was how his parents would smile at him, proud and happy. But that was later. For now, Rishi was happy to listen to the sweet sound of success. Friends, this interesting story is written by Nandini Nair. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.